CMMI. Let us see few question and answer in CMMI. This is capability maturity model integrated. The first question is, what is CMMI and what's the advantage of implementing it in an organization? CMMI stands for capability maturity model integration, and it is a process improvement approach. Please understand, CMMI is a process improvement approach that provides companies, organization with the essential elements of an effective process improvement approach for effective process. So CMI can serve as a good guide for process improvement across the either individual projects or divisions or organization. So CMMI was found by using multiple previous capability maturity model processes. This is the capability maturity model integration. In this you have system engineering also, software engineering, integrated product training, and software acquisition. These are the following areas which CMMI addresses. So system engineering. First is system engineering. So this covers development of total systems, while the system engineers concentrates on converting customer needs to product solution and support them throughout the product lifecycle. Software engineering. Software engineers concentrate on the application of systematic, disciplined, and quantifiable approach to the development, operation, and maintenance of software. IPPD, that is integrated product and process development. So IPPD is a systematic approach that achieves a timely collaboration of relevant stakeholders throughout the life of the product to satisfy customer needs in a good way, their expectations and their requirements. So we'll concentrate on the integration part of the project for different processes. For instance, it's possible that your project is using services of some, say, third-party component. In this situation, the integration is a big task by itself. And if approached in a systematic manner, then it can be handled with ease. Software acquisition. Many times an organization has to acquire products from other organizations. So acquisition is itself a big step for any organization, and if not handled in a proper manner, it means a disaster. What's the difference between implementation and institutionalization? Both of these concepts are important while you want to implement a process in your organization. Any new process implemented has to go through two phases, implementation and institutionalization. Implementation means task performed according to the individual point of view, and this one says that the performed task according to the organization standard. Implementation is just performing a task within a process area. So a task is performed according to the process, but actions performed to complete the process are not ingrained in the organization. This means that the process involved is done according to the individual point of view in implementation. So when an organization starts to implement any process, it first starts at this phase, that is implementation. And then when this process looks good, it is raised to the organization level so that it can be implemented across the organizations. Institutionalization is the output of implementing the process again and again. So the difference between the two is in implementation. If the process so implemented, the process leaves the company, the process is not followed. But if the process is institutionalized, that even if the process leaves the organization, the process is still followed. Can you explain the different maturity levels in a stage representation? See, there are two levels in CMMI: stage representation and continuous representation. Let us see the stage representation first. There are five levels in stage representation. First is all are maturity levels. So first level, maturity level 1 is initial. So in this level, everything is ad hoc. Development is completely chaotic, with budget and schedules often exceeded. Chaotic. We cannot predict quality in the initial level. Then comes the managed, that is the second level. In the management or managed level, basic project management is in place. See, this is the basic project management. But the basic project management and practices are followed only to the project level. Then comes the defined. that is, to reach this level, the organization should have already achieved certain level. In the previous level, the good practices and process were only done at the project level, But in this level, all these good practices and processes are brought onto the organization level. From project level to organization level, transformation is there. And there are set and standard practices defined at the organization level, which every project, an organization can have number of sub-projects or projects running. So apart from having just the practices and guidelines for one project, now at this stage it goes to the organization level, so that all the project should follow it. Maturity level 3 moves ahead with defining a strong, meaningful organizational approach to developing products. And there is an important distinction between maturity level 2 and 3 is that level 3 processes are described in more detail and more rigorously than the level 2, which are at an organization level. Then we come to the maturity level 4, that is quantitatively measured. That is, to start with this level of organization should have already achieved level 2 and earlier. In this level, more statistics comes into picture. Organization controls the project by statistical and other quantitative techniques. So statistical and quantitative techniques are there. Product quality, process conformance, service quality, they are understood in statistical terms. Please understand, quality, performance and quality of service and product quality, they are understood in the terms of statistics, and they are managed throughout the life of the process. This maturity level 4 concentrate on using the metrics. So you have measurement and metrics to make decision and to truly measure whether progress is happening and the product is becoming better. So the main difference between 3 and 4 is what? At level 3, processes are qualitatively predictable, but at level 4 addresses the cause of process variation and takes the corrective action also. Then we come to the final level, that is maturity level 5, which is optimized. So the organization has achieved goal of maturity level 2, 3 and 4. So in this level, processes are continuously improved based on an understanding of common cause of variation within the processes. So this is like the final level. Everyone on the team is a productive member, defects are minimized, and the products are delivered on time within the budget boundaries. So this is an ideal situation. We'll see the figure. These are various levels, if you can understand it better through the diagram. First is your initial level. This managed level, you can also say repeatable level. In some book it is repeatable. So first is initial, ad hoc, chaotic and heroic. In managed level, the basic project management is there, but at the project level. At level 3, the process are defined at the organization level with greater detail as compared to level 2. While the quantitatively measured level 4, here the statistically and quantitatively measured processes are there. And finally, the optimized one, level 2 plus 3 plus 4, that means the process is improved in a controlled fashion. What are different models in CMI? There are two models in CMI. First is the stage, in which the maturity level organizes the process areas. Stage, maturity level organizes the process areas. Then we have second as continuous, in which the capability level organizes the process area. Here the maturity level organizes the process area. Here the capability level organizes the process area. So CMI models are stage and continuous. So there are two types of CMI models. How is appraisal done in CMI? SCAMPI, which stands for Standard CMI Appraisal Method for Process Improvement. SCAMPI. So this SCAMPI is an assessment process used to get CMI certified for an organization. So there are three classes of CMI appraisal methods: Class A, Class B, and Class C. Class A is more aggressive, Class B less aggressive, and Class C is least aggressive. SCAMPI, Standard CMI, this appraisal method process improvement, it provides the rating. Let us discuss these appraisal method in detail now. Class A, this is the only method that can provide a rating and get you a CMI certificate. First of all, it requires all the three sources of data instrument: interviews and documents. So data instruments, interviews, and documents are required. Class B, this requires only two sources of data, interviews or either documents or instruments. But please note, you don't get rated if you have a Class B appraisals. Class B is just a warm-up to see if organization is ready for Class A. With less verification, the appraisal takes less time here. In this class, data sufficiency and data presentations are optional. While in Class C, the class requires only one source of data. That is, it may be interviews, maybe instruments, or it can be documents. The team consensus, validation, observation, data sufficiency and draft presentations are optional. Next is which appraisal method class is best. Normally, organizations use a mix of classes to achieve process improvement, ABC. So we see some of these strategies which are organizational important to organizational uses. First is use Class B to initiate a process improvement plan. After that, apply Class C to check readiness for Class B and Class A. So see that Class B, initiate process improvement, and then apply Class C to see the readiness for Class B or Class A. Second strategy is Class C appraisal is used on a subset of an organization. For this, we get an aggregation of some weaknesses across the organization. For this, we can prepare a process improvement plan knowing the weaknesses. So we can then apply Class B appraisal, see if we are still ready for Class A appraisal or not. So this is like this. First of all, various subsets are there. We apply the Class C, we aggregate the weaknesses, and then we apply Class B to see whether we are ready for Class A. Third strategy is Class A is used to initiate an organization level process. The process improvement plan is based on identified weakness, and then Class B appraisal should be performed after 6 months to see the readiness for second Class A appraisal rating. Class A for then Class B. So what we are trying to say is we first use Class A. This is to initiate organization level process improvement. So we have process improvement plan. Then after 6 months or say 1 year or identified time, Class B is applied, and then again Class A, second Class A is applied. What different sources are needed to verify authenticity for CMMI implementation? There are 3 different sources from which an appraiser can verify an organization followed the process or not. What it can be? It can be instrument. There can be interview or documents. Of course, the documents are important. So first we'll see the instruments. Instrument is a survey or questionnaire provided to the organization, project or individual before starting the assessment, so that beforehand the appraiser must know some basic details of the project. So instruments are surveys or questionnaires. Interview is 101, is a formal meeting between one or more members of the organization in which they are asked some questions and the appraiser makes some judgments based on those interviews. And during the interview, the member represents some process areas or role which he performs. Then comes the last one, that is, first let us see what the appraiser may interview a tester or programmer, asking him directly what metrics he has submitted to his project manager. And by this, appraiser gets a fair idea of CMMI implementation in that organization. Now we come to what I was talking about, documents. A document is a written work or product which serves as evidence that a process is followed. So it can be a hard copy, a Word document, email, or any other type of written official proof in black and white. Which model should we use and under what scenarios? This is an important question. This will test that you know CMMI. This will test that you know how to apply it, where to apply it. So staging defines an organization process implementation sequence. We saw the various levels. So staging is a sequence of targeted process areas that describe a path of process improvement in the organization that the organization is going to take. For instance, you cannot do your project planning if you have not done your requirement engineering, right? While in the continuous model, you select certain processes areas even if they are linked with other process areas and mature there. So when your organization should only concentrate on specific process area, you will likely go for the continuous process. You don't want every other process. You want specific process to be enhanced or they can be improved. For that, you go to first continuous model. So if you want your organization to have a specific plan and to achieve not only the specific process but also any interlinked process within the process area, you should go for the continuous model. So this was all for CMMI. I hope you got benefited. Thank you so much. Take care.